Good afternoon, friends. Business owners, executives, managers, and salespersons fails to realize how much of their success is dependent on the way they speak. Poor speaking habits can destroy credibility. Most people don't realize how weak their presentation skills or talking skills, communication skills really are. And how easy it is to reverse the process if they just focus on themselves and their talk, their message, their substance. As someone who travels around the world for a number of conferences, which I have seen, I have done myself and delivered my share of lectures and presentations. Of course, for an important conference, most companies will send their best presenters, best speakers, someone who is confident, personable, presentable, and knows what he is talking about and what is the message to be conveyed. But other times, people might not be as prepared as it appears. This isn't anyone's fault, my friend. Public speaking can be nerve-wracking, especially if you're not used to it or you're absolutely terrified of it. But as entrepreneurship and leaders in any profession is virtually unavoidable, you have to be an effective speaker. Knowing that there are two ways to approach it. If you can dread it and just barely get through it every time. Or you can work to build up the skills needed to successfully execute a great presentation, a great talk, or a lecture. There are certain things which you can implement, practice, and improve yourself. I say for the first thing, you see, get a grip. Shake hands so firmly that the other person notices your presence. He feels it. A solid handshake sets a confident aura around you from the first moment of physical contact. Set the mood. It's your responsibility as a great communicator to create an atmosphere where the information can flow comfortably and naturally. Pace your delivery. Get a feel for time and telling. Regulate and balance your timing between the needs and the desire of your audience. One of the biggest mistakes people make is going too quickly, talking too fast. Even though you got giving a talks or presentation for the 100th time, the audience is hearing you actually for the first time. My friends, if you want to be really improve your public speaking skill, tag a team for evaluating purposes. Have a co-worker or a boss go with you once in a week and make them create review. You see, talk about what you could do to improve. Write down your strengths and your weaknesses. Then focus on your weaknesses to improve and make them your strengths. Record your telephonic conversations. Use them as a self-monitor and your ability to present a clear and a confident message. Play them back. If you can't stand your voice, change your pitch so that it becomes acceptable. Read and record a chapter from any of the books. Play it in your car. You will learn about the all kinds of things which are needed to be effective speaker. Be your own critic once in a while. Be prepared. Keep your pressure in check, I say. In other words, humble yourself. Your talks presentation is likely important and you want to make a good impression on your audience. But if you mess it up, it's most likely not going to end up the world. It's not the end of the world at all. If these stakes were high, you would know. Whenever I am speaking in a conference or somewhere, I try to remind myself that this is one of my many presentations that my audience is going to hear that day. It doesn't mean what I have to say. It doesn't matter at all. But it does mean that applying an excess amount of pressure is pointless and could even hurt me myself as a speaker or presenter. Instead of thinking if I mess up, the audience will hate me, I try to think how can I make this enjoyable for the audience. Decentering yourself is the key. And always do things your way. There are million suggestions or there how to speak confidently and win over the audiences. Tell jokes, share a personal story, use visuals. While these are all great suggestions and exploring, they are not all going to work for everybody. And that's okay, it sounds cliche. But it's more important that you would be yourself while talking, while present. Just be natural and be yourself, and then try these techniques we are talking about. Keep your substance material with you and know your material. In case you got to need to refer sometime, there is no harm. Refer. But be authentic and credible. Shout out to all public speaking teacher for this age-old tip. Know your stuff. It's a simple hack for speaking confidently and communicating effectively. If you know what you are talking about, that's half the battle. You are the expert. What's there to be afraid of? Nothing. Have no fear at all. Rehearsing can get older after a while. Though, if you can do your best to switch things as you practice. Try changing locations, practicing without notes, alone in front of others, and recording yourself, and see how you sound. Keep your appearances. You know yourself that when you feel confident from within, whatever that is, wear it. Make sure it's appearances for the event, of course, but for your own comfort should be a priority. You should be comfortable and look better. Know when to let go. This applies of rehearsing and the presentation itself. Eventually you will reach a point where practicing becomes detrimental to what you are trying to accomplish. Don't let yourself reach a point of burnout. Otherwise the actual performance will lack the enthusiasm, the energy you require. When you reach a point where you feel genuinely confident, comfortable, stop it and leave it. My friend, ultimately I say, in case you want to really improve the skill of your presentation, your communication or talking, simple, just be yourself. Don't put on an act. Your personality will shine if you believe in what you are saying. Being genuine will win the confidence of audience. Whatever you may say, try it and feel the difference. Thank you very much.